Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Pillow Talk Monday. It's a habit.
Help!
I'm gay.
We need to create, because we have a Pillow Talk.
Help.
I'm gay. There we go. That's what we'll use from now on.
Welcome to our podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm ADRIANNA.
And if you don't know who we are, you are a young woman, possibly still in the closet.
And we are old lesbians.
We create video content on the Gay Women channel on YouTube. We've been doing it for 10 years, and 10 years later, we were like, you know what? More of our voice, less of our face.
Yes, that's the important thing. Less face.
That's an OnlyFans thing. You got to pay for that. The voice is free.
No one would pay for that. I'd have to pay them. Please look at my content. I'll give you $5.
The opposite of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You pay them.
Only enemies.
Welcome to our podcast where we ask you guys, our YouTube subscribers, our followers, our fans, our admirers, to write in anonymously with your biggest questions.
You need help. You're gay and you have problems, and you thought the best thing to do instead of get therapy was to ask Sarah and I,
two people on the internet
that have no background and no right to tell you what to do with your life. But we're here to help. We want to try. We want to try and give you some advice. We want to help you live better gay lives. And you know what? Because we're old and we've been through a lot, and we have friends who've been through a lot. So we think we know how to help you.
I think at this point in the world, we're young. We're considered young still. And I'm sticking with it. But, you know, I just think this whole podcast, you thought coming out would solve your problems. You're gay. Problem solved. No. A whole new
It's just
box
so
of
many problems after problems. It doesn't end. We got people writing in that are 50 years old that still have problems. Remember when you were young and you're like, my parents have no problems? Boy, were we wrong. Okay, so this week our topic of discussion, our topic of questions that have come in that you need help with.
We read through all of your questions and we categorized them. And this week we're talking about, does she like me?
Can I pause this because the cat is filled to the brink with litter? She is disgusting. Oh my goodness. She just bathed in the sands of her litter box. 1 second, please.
All right. I'm going to narrate this. Adriana's getting up, walking over. Oh, Sadie sees that it's coming, tried to duck, then meowed, then tried to run.
But why are you so dirty?
There they go. Sadie is turning. Well, at the time we were recording this, Sadie is still 16 years young. But by the time this podcast is released, she is 17. So, you know, sometimes she's got a poopy butt. She's got to take fiber. Sometimes she has trouble and she can't poop. She's constipated and then she meows because she's trying to poop and she can't.
This is a new setup for her, too. She's like, what is this happening in my living room?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Does she like me? How on earth to tell if she's into me?
That is the age-old question. That is what a lot of lesbians want to know. Is she flirting? Is she just being nice? What do I do? How do I make a move? How do I date? What's going on?
By the end of this podcast, we may have answers. We may have no answers. Lesbians have tried for thousands of years to answer these questions. So I don't know how we're going to do it in an hour.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Nowadays, so many people are queer. Like, there's more queer people out because there's been queer people in history forever, but not out. So a lot of people are queer now. It's easier, I think, to date because you probably have a 50-50 chance that she's actually into you. And I always find it, like, when we watch, you know, a period piece movie, which is all the movies about lesbians. You watch, you know, Dickinson and Emily Dickinson. I'm like, how did all of these lesbians get together back then?
I also feel like I want to maybe jump in there. Maybe it's my perspective, but I don't think it's a 50-50 chance that she's hitting on you now. I think it's maybe a 50-50 shot that she's queer.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
But probably still a 0 to 5% chance
She's into you. Well, with so many options now, maybe you know
Right.
what? Maybe back then it was easier. Maybe turn of the century.
The only lesbian you know,
That's the one you're going to be with.
Yep. Maybe less lesbians.
That's what I'm saying. Less lesbians,
Means
better chance
better
because they're
chance.
like, I'll never find the next lesbian 4,000 miles away. Let's do this.
That stops no one.
Back then it would.
What was it called when all the continents were together again?
Pangea.
Lesbians were thriving, I bet.
I can drive to that.
Like, you know what? There weren't planes at that time.
They'll walk.
But they walked.
They'll walk 1,000 miles.
Pangea.
Bring it back for lesbians.
Every episode we're going to try and rename the podcast. I think we should call it Pangea.
Pangea for gays.
It's like Avatar.
Pandora? No.
Oh, Pandora.
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
It doesn't matter.
It's not Pangea.
It's not Pangea.
All right.
Okay. Cut all of that out.
Okay. All right. Let's get into our questions.
Where we name people, because it's anonymous, but we need a name. So we're just coming up with gay names.
Adrianna
Every name
started
is-
this last episode.
It's fun.
And now
Just think of a name, any name, pick a name.
Bianca. You laugh every time I pick a name.
Because you pick Veronica, Bianca, like they're so funny.
All right. Bianca?
Bianca, I love it.
Okay. Dear most lovely gay women. Thank
That's
you.
us.
I'm 50, divorced, no kids, and I didn't realize I was queer until 15 years ago. I also haven't dated for 10 years, and I was working on myself, going to therapy, developing hobbies, and finding out who I am. I didn't go to college when I was younger, so I guess that makes me a late bloomer. I'm health conscious and in great shape.
What's the question?
I think this reads like a dating profile, and as I was reading it, I was like, "Oh, go on. What other great qualities do you have,
Bianca's
Bianca?"
a catch.
I mean, it sounds like a catch.
Yeah.
If she's 50, no kids,
she's got money.
Take care of you.
She's got the money. She's been saving for the woman of her dreams, and she's ready to spend it on you.
That's what I got from this.
There's no question, though. Bianca just wants you to know she's ready to date. And now we're putting it out there. Find her. She'll take care of you.
Also,
She's in therapy.
everything about it sounds
Incredible.
great. Congrats on coming out.
Yeah, congrats on coming out later in life. I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out also, like, being 50 now and being younger, and when it's like you could not be gay, that is some baggage. That is some trauma. That's the new word. Everyone loves talking about their trauma.
Also, I want to say I feel like there's a lot of middle-aged women, men that probably couldn't come out or didn't feel like safe, or that they could
Of
come out,
course.
and now they're probably coming out.
They're like, you
And-
can be gay now? Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's cool?
Yeah, those people are all heroes. You're a hero.
They are the
Bianca.
trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
They are the reason they hid so we could run. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so
So I'm just going to glance back at this question and see if there truly is a question.
okay, that's the cat. She'll be here periodically.
I also think she was trying to give Bianca an answer. I think she was saying, Bianca, get a cat, adopt a cat.
It's like babies for men. Men walking around with babies, more attractive to the opposite sex.
I didn't know
Cats.
what that meant.
Cats for women
I was
and
like,
lesbians.
where are you going with that?
So no question, but Bianca, thank you for that. You're a catch. I hope you find the love of your life.
Or at
And
least...
if this doesn't work between Sarah and I will hit you up. Okay. Question from Lauren.
Wait. For
Cat
real.
is being a
Like,
bit
she
much.
really has to walk on all of our notes.
She. Okay.
I
So-
wouldn't trade her for the world, though.
No, she's the love of my life. No offense. This question comes from Laura. Lauren. My question is, how in the world do I begin dating? I'm not a fan of the whole online dating thing. Any suggestions would be great. Thank you. This sounds like it's coming from my friend Rochelle, who also is not a fan of online dating, and I get it.
Okay, listen. We have two friends. I think they have a lot of similarities. I don't think they're polar opposite.
They're not polar opposite,
No.
but they're not too similar.
Some similarities.
Well, one lives in Los Angeles, the hub of gay women, and then one lives in the rural prairies of Canada. No lesbians to be found.
All right. My point, it's not really a story, but we have two friends, and one friend is like, it'll happen when it happens. I'll date when, she runs by me and her crystal shoe falls off and her carriage turns into a pumpkin. Then I know it'll happen. And our other friend is literally actively meeting people, going on dates, trying to find a girlfriend.
Yes.
2 years later, the friend who is still waiting, and the friend who is looking has been in a relationship for 1 year.
The one that's in a relationship went hard. She did online dating though. Well, she actually tried a bunch of different things.
Yeah,
she did online dating.
Meeting
she
people
went to
through
events.
events, tarot cards, spells and hexes. You really to find a girlfriend. Sometimes you gotta.
That's true. You gotta play the Ouija board. But if you're not the online dating type, which is fine, because also our friend, she was, getting pretty frustrated with online dating. It's a lot of setting up a date, getting ghosted, just talking to someone for 3 months, never setting up a date, going on a date, feeling like you wasted your time because you don't connect with this person at all.
Passing go, getting $200.
No, losing $200. So many
starting again.
Drinks and dinner dates. But it was, she was putting herself out there. She's going to be closer to finding someone.
And it paid off.
It did pay off in the end. She found someone by online dating. So in the end, it did work out.
Yeah.
But it was a struggle.
All I'm saying is you have to put yourself out there into the universe.
Yes.
Is the first step.
If you're very serious about you want to find someone.
How to begin dating.
I think one of the things you should do, though, is start telling people that you're looking. You're like, I'm ready to date. Letting you know I'm ready to date. Everyone, hello, it's me. I'm ready to date. Because maybe you can get it set up with a friend. A friend can know someone at work could know someone, and then you could meet people that way.
Listen, here's the secret. It's exactly what Adrianna is saying, except just tell one gay man.
Oh, yeah.
You're looking to date. Every lesbian he knows.
He's going to shake that tree.
He will set you up with all of them.
Yeah. Another suggestion is to join a sports league, any league. Doesn't even matter if you play. There will be lesbians on that team, a women's team. And that's another way just to meet people.
Yep. LGBT events. Pride is coming up.
Does anyone actually find a relationship at Pride, though?
I don't know, but you can try.
You can try.
All right, next question. Comes to us all the way from Morgan in Mississippi. Can we start adding places?
From Laurel, Mississippi.
Any tips to start dating again after a 5.5-year relationship?
That's a good chunk of time.
Yeah, I mean, my first reaction is just have fun, no pressure.
I would also suggest to just date a lot. Don't become a serial monogamist and then get into a very long-term relationship with the first person you meet.
Also, she didn't say how long ago the relationship ended, because if it ended a year ago or a day ago.
True. That is very different. Yeah. Meet a lot of people, date a lot of people.
And don't compare them to your ex.
They don't want to hear that.
And it's not good for you.
No, it's not good for anyone. Okay, so Brooke, I'm 25 and I've never been in a relationship. I came out about 3 years ago, and of course, dating during the pandemic was hard. I mean, everything during the pandemic was hard. I'm scared that I'll make a mistake or say something stupid, or that it's too late, or just simply won't be able to pursue women. I am not from the US and I have a lot of internalized homophobia. I've been watching your YouTube videos for years and I've learned a lot. You're very positive about being gay, but growing up in my country as a lesbian is hard. Help.
Oh, you forgot. She would put help and a sad face.
I know. I didn't want to be too depressing, so I left that out. On our YouTube channel, we do a lot of videos and sketches about being privileged gays, and that means like coming from Canada, where it's okay, it's fine. Sure, you can be in certain parts where you get like, you know, a homophobic person or two, but for the most part, like no one cares.
Well, also we're in Toronto.
And we're in Toronto. We're in a big city.
Come on. Toronto had the first World Pride ever, so.
Did we?
We did.
That was the first. I thought
very
that was
first.
That was the very first. Yeah.
And we went to it.
Toronto Pride is incredible. Also, I suggest.
Yeah.
Going
okay,
there.
Listen. You were 25 years old. You were going to say stupid things and make mistakes.
That's the point.
Don't be afraid of that.
And you'll learn from your mistakes.
Guess what? I still say stupid things and make mistakes.
Guess what this podcast is?
But if we were afraid of that, we never would have done it.
No, that's true. In terms of your internalized homophobia, I had internalized homophobia. Yeah, growing up.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But it gets better and you got over it?
I feel great about being gay. I love being gay. I'm at the point now where there's so many people that are gay that I'm a little pissed that it doesn't make me special anymore. Whereas before it made you different and you wanted to hide that. Now I'm like, there's just lesbians everywhere. What's going on?
Like, I would have been so cool in high school
if I'd come out.
If I came out right now.
Exactly. Now I'm just like everyone else. Also, if you surround yourself with queer people and you see that they're having a great time, you'll have a great time. And you'll just see that positive representation, which is better now. So many shows are out. We got us. We got so many TikTok lesbians. Follow them.
By us, you mean you and I?
Me and you specifically.
Will help you with your internalized homophobia. Just by watching us.
Just by watching us, though, and see how much fun we're having, and it's great, and it's nothing to be upset about. And you're not a bad person. You're actually a better person than every straight person on the planet. That's a fact. Being gay makes you a better person.
Next question comes from Christina. In love with my boss's sister, and she literally ran away from me in Brazilian's carnival fast.
I don't know how to tell you this, Christina. I think her actions speak louder than words.
Sometimes when the universe gives us signs, we should listen.
If she literally ran away from you, then I think you have your answer, right?
We didn't get the context.
This is why we need details, Christina.
Maybe she ran away because you said, hey, if you beat me in a race to my house, we will have the best sex, get married, and be together for the rest of our lives. And she ran away fast because that's what she wanted.
Exactly.
So there's no context
There's no
here.
Context. Can you imagine? I ran away. That's what I do, though. When I don't want to see someone, I physically run away. I ran into an ex one time on the streetcar. I got off nowhere near my stop. Ran. I saw a friend that I had falling out with at
a petting zoo.
I
know this story, yeah.
One of my favorite places on earth because there are so many cute animals. And I ran away.
Have you dealt with that yet? Would you still run away?
I think I would. It's a fight or flight, and I flight. I don't want confrontation. Also, Christina, I'm not sure if, you're just in love with this person and they don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
But I do also think she gave us enough details, though, to
That's
help.
all you need to know. If a woman runs away from you, clue number 1.
But I also don't know the Brazilian culture. Maybe that's a sign of affection. It says, come chase me. I want that. I don't know. I've never been to Brazil.
I think literal one end of the spectrum is she runs away from you. So we're pretty clear.
This is from Aaron. And Aaron wants to know, how do you ask someone you met on Tinder to date when you became close friends for 3 months and had no label, but were talking 24/7 and now you don't want to lose them? Lesbians are like, but we've known each other for 3 months. It's an eternity. I'm like, you barely know this person.
Ask her out. I don't know. You know, the answers are always so simple when it's not you. And then when it's you, it's just the most complicated dilemma you've ever faced.
Because you're in your like little bubble. In your opinion, Aaron, what is worse? Living in this weird gray area of we're friends, but I want to be more? Or is it worse if you tell her how you feel and then you're not close anymore? Whatever you think the better option is, that's what you do.
Also, they're close friends for 3 months. It's not very long.
Aaron might be 21 years old, and that's a long time.
It's kind of like how cats age. They age really quickly, and then the older they get, like it slows down.
Exactly, yeah.
That's like lesbians. Relationships are so long. Then you get older, and they're not so long.
Once you hit like over the 5-year mark, you're like 5 years or 25 years. What's the difference? But 3 months, you're like, this is pretty serious.
I mean, just based on this information, I would say go for it because you met on Tinder. So you were probably looking for dates anyways.
Correct.
And you haven't known her that long. It's not like it's been, you've been friends for years and now things are going to be weird. Unless she's been giving you the signs that she does not want to date and it just morphed into a friendship.
I think we're at the final question.
And it was given to us by Clarice. How do I get better results with the dating apps? Or how do I meet other women love women outside of dating apps? I feel like it's so hard nowadays. And another sad face. There are a lot of sad faces in this episode.
There's a lot of sad lesbians out there.
That's another
title.
Sad
queer people.
For
sad lesbians.
Podcast, sad lesbians. Okay, Adrianna, give me your top, one of the do's and don'ts of setting up a dating profile.
Do put pictures that look like you. Do not use filters.
Do not post group photos.
Where someone's like, I don't know which one you are. Mm-hmm. You want photos that make you look good. Also, you don't want photos where you look terrible in them and they're like a grainy, low-lit, terrible photo.
Please, people, take selfies in front of a window.
Yes, natural light.
From high angles.
But you also want it to look like you. What is the point of putting a filter on or taking a photo where you're like, this doesn't look like me? Because then when you meet that person, guess what? They're like, who is this person?
You know what? Honestly, I think we've said this in Pillow Talk, but I'm going to repeat it. You could be fugly.
You could be a troll of a woman.
Mismatched shaped eyeballs. Wonky teeth. Dry ass skin.
All of this, not just one of these things.
And there's someone out there who will think you are beautiful and love you.
It's true.
And that's why you want to put the best representation of who you actually are, because you want to attract those people.
You want to attract the person that thinks you're beautiful no matter what.
Because if you use a filter and you look fake and not like how you look, I see people too, your face looks a certain way, but then if you tilt it and you suck in your cheeks and you change your eyes and your eyebrows and you pucker your lips, you look like Jennifer Coolidge, but only Jennifer Coolidge can look like Jennifer Coolidge.
Exactly.
And then for sure you're going to get people that aren't attracted to you because it's not you.
Yeah.
So then you'll probably have worse luck, actually.
Well, just take longer.
Yeah.
It's just going to take much longer. At least if you put a photo that looks like you on your profile and people message you, guess what? They like what you look like. They like what you actually look like. So you don't have to worry too about I got to meet this person. But I put a picture of Beyonce on my profile.
I mean, if you want to just go on a lot of dates, put a picture of Beyonce on your profile. I would know it was fake, but I would still swipe yes, just in case.
Because you never know.
You might never
You're like,
know.
it's about time she left Jay-Z.
Okay, so that kind of sounded like a do and a don't.
So what's another one?
Yeah, I think put things you're interested in, or also, you know what I think is a good do? Like ask a question, because it's really easy for someone to respond. I'll give you the best prompt. I use this prompt. Prompt. There's a T in that word, right?
Prompt, yeah.
Excellent. Here's a good one. Truly. I ask, what is a famous movie you've never seen? 9 times out of 10, people respond to that. Of anything on your
Did you think of that?
I
prompt?
did.
That's insane.
Because you know why? There are famous movies. Like someone will be like Star Wars. And you're like, yeah, there are people out there that have never seen a Star Wars movie. And like those are also very interesting and fun to answer. Adrianna, what is a famous movie you've never seen?
I was just thinking about this other day. I have never seen Schindler's List.
Okay.
And that's like a huge...
That's a good one. You know what mine is?
I think there's a lot that...
Okay, but like...
But what's the main
Yeah, you
one?
gotta think of the most famous.
Gone with the Wind.
Are you crazy? I've watched Gone with the Wind.
Oh, you've watched Gone with the Wind?
Well, Grania and I had a movie night.
Oh. You watched... Okay.
And we watched Gone with the Wind, and we had dinner in the like intermission of it because it's so long.
Who is the director?
A woman.
A woman? There's only 3 movies that it could be. 0 Dark 30.
What? Okay. Twilight.
Oh, wait. What was your question? What is a...
famous movie? It doesn't mean like...
Oh, a good movie?
Yeah, it doesn't mean...
I was thinking a good movie.
No, it's just a famous movie.
A famous movie. Okay, good for you. You haven't seen Twilight.
What's the most
You're
famous?
like, I've seen all the cinephile movies, but I've never watched the trash like Twilight.
I mean, you can have a cinephile
I let
answer.
people know I haven't watched Schindler's List, Sarah, and you're over here like, I haven't watched Twilight or Divergent series.
Okay, I haven't watched I don't know, the original West Side Story. Like, what do you want me to say?
That's what I want to hear. Shawshank Redemption.
No,
what?
I've seen that.
See? Because you're like, I've watched all the good movies. Well, guess what, Sarah? You're not missing much.
You know what?
Except you are missing very hot Kristen Stewart.
I've never seen Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece, Seven Samurai. Like, you're not going to get a lot of those people messaging you on your dating profile. It's people who are like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
E.T. Well, I thought you had a movie like that you haven't seen.
I mean, Twilight.
No, Twilight is not E.T. It is not.
That's a extremely
The Godfather.
popular. I've seen those.
I know. So I'm saying. But those are like classic movies. It's like Citizen Kane. It's like the big movies.
Yeah.
No one cares if you haven't seen Twilight, is what I'm saying.
Wow. Okay. So if I messaged you, you would not go on a date with me then, is what it sounds like. Based on my answer.
I would be like, oh, so you just watch good. I mean, maybe not. Because I'd be like, so you just watch good movies. You're not going to sit down and watch some silly rom-com with me. We do fight a lot about what movies to watch because I just want to watch something silly. Mm-hmm. And Sarah's like, why don't we sit down and watch Battleship Potemkin? And I'm like, I don't really want to watch that.
I've seen that. I wouldn't make you
I've
watch
seen it 4
it.
times. I don't need to see it again.
No, you go to film school, you watch that.
Of course, yeah. The only people that have watched it are people that have been. No one's putting that on as just a little Sunday night movie to watch.
I really derailed this conversation.
But this is fun though.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a time where I refused to watch any movie from the 90s. And I was like, I don't like 90s movies. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like the John Hughes movies. And I was wrong. Because then I started watching.
Yes. Yeah.
Because when I was in the 90s, I was like, 10 years old.
Do you know why I've seen so many movies? Well, one, when I was in college, I literally started at the A's, and any movie I had heard of,
you would watch?
I'd watch. Wow. I didn't get very far. I probably got to like H.
That's pretty far.
Now, any famous movie, if I've never seen it, like I'll go out of my way. And I have a library card, and you can just look up Criterion Collection movies at the library. And then I just rent Criterion Collection. So I've seen a lot of obscure, very old, strange movies.
Also, thank God that we're together. Otherwise, I would have never seen any movie like that. And also I am the person when it comes to film and anything where I'm like, I don't want to watch or do this. Then I watch it or do the thing and I'm like, that was good and that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Adriana's very much no at first.
No, I'm like, do I want to watch the good, the bad, and the ugly? I don't. And then I liked it. And I was like, oh, it's good.
Though? We did rent the like extended edition of the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Was it like 4 hours?
It was like 4 hours and we were both like, what? Why is this movie so long?
It was really long. Just to get to the final scene.
Because I didn't realize.
That you're like, here's the song. This is it.
This is the scene.
This is the scene. And that was what, a 20-minute scene? It was also extended. I'm like, somebody shoot someone. Please. If someone doesn't die soon, I will die first.
But so that's why I asked the question, because it's fun. It's fun.
That's a really great question.
To hear.
Good prompt.
It's a good prompt. You can use it.
If you care about movies.
Yeah. Or, I mean, you could say, what's like a really famous band you've never heard?
A good book you haven't read.
Yeah.
A famous book.
Yeah. You can personalize it.
Yeah. That gets the conversation going. And then it's not someone
being
messaging
like thirsty.
Like, or just like, hi. And you say,
how
hi.
Are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you? Good. How are you?
How was your day?
It was
great.
good.
What do you do? Where do you work?
Boring.
Where are you from? Where do you live? West Side? Oh, cool.
So boring.
Like right now, like was that boring to listen to?
Look how long exactly. Look how boring that was. And then wasn't our film talk so interesting?
And then we'd be going on a date.
We'd be
like, you know what? Let's
go watch a movie together.
This conversation at a movie and dinner.
You know what? We're gonna watch Twilight together. Now you have to do it. You should watch it.
Should I?
It's really bad. It's bad.
We were in, I don't remember what country, Germany or France. We watched one scene of Twilight in another language.
Germany.
Yes.
Germany.
Yes, because we watched Harry Potter in Italy and we watched it in Italian. We watched one scene from Twilight in German. So I don't count it because...
No, you had no idea what's going on. You know what, though? You don't need to know what's going on. I don't think you need to know.
They had gotten married.
You watched
and then they had sex.
The third movie.
That's the scene I watched.
Yes. That scene is so stupid. It's so stupid.
You know what, though? It gave us Kristen Stewart.
It did.
And I will always be thankful for Twilight.
You're 100% correct, yeah.
How do we get better results in dating apps?
Oh, well, I feel like we've answered some of that, of like just getting better people messaging you. Mm-hmm. Maybe people that are actually interested instead of someone just, first of all, just interested in like what you look like. Because that can only go so far. You do want to find someone that you have things in common with, similar interests. You want someone that's a little bit more compatible.
I also think when there's no social media and it's harder to find lesbians, it's hard for us. And then when there is social media and there's like abundance of lesbians, like they're everywhere, it's also hard for us. I think it's just hard for us.
I honestly think online dating is harder than meeting someone in real life because, like you said, there are so many people online dating that if you're like, I haven't seen Twilight, I'm like, well, next. You're like, I'm not going to go out with you. You like playing golf? No, thank you. Next person. And then you miss someone that's really great because of something in their profile that you didn't like.
It's never ending. So it's like dating. Like there's too many options. It makes it hard.
Yeah. I remember like even when our friend was doing the online dating for like a year, she was coming back from dates and she was just like, she wanted to go for a walk after. And I think I'm over this. And I'm like, but did you like her? Yeah, but she didn't pick up on the hint that I was tired.
She came over and brought me a cake. And
that was a lot.
It was too forward. That's all I look for. H and I are getting married because she gets me cake.
Sarah likes treats every day.
Hopefully we provided some insight, some guidance, some support.
All they know from this is that you haven't seen Twilight and you're not missing out on anything.
Do you have a go-to
prompt
that works?
I don't have an online dating profile, Sarah, and I never will. I'm the person that will not ever online date.
Right.
I won't go to a place. I will not physically go out in the world, and I will not go online.
Thank God you're not single.
This is why I proposed to you.
It's me or nothing.
That it's true. It is.
That's not true. She loves me very much.
I do. You're my favorite person.
You're my favorite person.
And now we just get to keep doing things together forever. Until we die. Thank you guys for submitting your questions. You are welcome for our incredible answers. We are just outdoing ourselves here.
And it's free.
It's free therapy that may end up hurting you in the end. I don't know.
We're also releasing these podcasts as videos if you would love to look at our beautiful faces as well as listen to our silky, silky voices. Thank you guys for tuning in this week's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, even if it wasn't helpful.
And go watch Twilight.